Hello, boys and girls. So, what we have is we are going to do some very quick notes on the area of a circle and the area of a sector of a circle. And I don't want you to think of these so much as formulas, but common sense. So, keep that in the back of your mind. So, when we want the area of a circle, this is something you should have learned hopefully a long time ago. And the area of a circle is pi r squared, pi times the radius squared. Remember, when we have a circle, the radius is the distance from the center to the edge. And so if I want the area, it's pi times that distance squared. Easy peasy. So if I want the area of a circle with a radius of 4, the area is just going to be pi times 4 squared. And even though we write it with the pi first in the formula, we usually put the number first when we're done, and that area would be 16 pi square units. Now, that's one way to leave your answer. This is your answer in terms of pi. Also, we can leave our answer in decimal form. So if I said what's 16 pi as a decimal, that's going to be 50.26 or 50.3. And this is rounded to the nearest tenth. And both of those are the exact same answer, just written in different forms. So then the next one says find the area of a circle with a diameter of 24. Okay, so if my diameter is 24, that's 24 all the way across. Area is pi times radius squared, so I need the radius. 24 all the way across means 12 from the center. So my area is going to be pi times 12 squared, which is 144 pi. And I'm just going to leave this one in terms of pi and not do the decimal. You can always do the decimal in your calculator. Important part about number 2 is make sure that when you're using the formula, you find the radius. So if it's not given to you, figure out what it is. And then last but not least, a little bit of problem solving. The area is 49 pi, find the radius. So that means if area is pi r squared and 49 pi is the area we're given, we want to know what number did I square to get 49? And you're right, that number was 7. Now, if you can't see that in your head, the algebra behind it looks like this. I would divide both sides by pi because I'm trying to solve for r, so I need to get rid of the pi's. So then I'm left with r squared equals 49. And if I square root both sides, I end up in the same place. So r equals 7. So there's the basics. That's area of a circle. Now, the next part says we're going to do the area of a sector. Now, a sector is really like a slice of pizza in a circle. Looks just like that. So there's a sector. And that theta piece inside this thing, theta, that's what that symbol is, that theta represents the angle, the central angle of that sector. So if I wanted to figure out the area of that piece, I just need to figure out what fraction of the whole thing it is. Well, this is the theta section based on all the way around, and the number of degrees all the way around is 360. Whoa, sorry about that. And that's theta's worth of 360. So if I want the area of a sector, I'm still going to have pi r squared like I used to have, but I don't want the entire area. I just want theta 360ths of it. I want a certain fraction of the whole thing. So really all I'm doing is I'm taking the area of the circle and multiplying by the fraction of the circle I have. So in number 1, it says find the area of the shaded sector shown. So I want this area right here for a 120 degree angle in a circle with a radius of 9. So if I wanted the whole area, it would be pi times 9 squared. But I don't want the whole thing. I want 120 degrees worth. Well, 120 degrees out of 360 degrees is 1/3 of the whole circle. So I just be doing area equals 1/3 times pi times 9 squared. 1/3 times pi times 81 is 27 pi. Now that was nice because 120 fits into 360 really nicely. It's a third. But if you want to do again, see the algebra on that, it's theta over 360 times pi r squared, which in that case is 120 over 360 times pi times 9 squared. And if I pull up the calculator, oops, not minus, that should say times 120 divided by 360 times 9 squared, there we go, is 27. And that's what we got before. All right, so it's angle over 360 times pi r squared. So now if we look at this one, it says find the area of the Pac-Man if his mouth has a radius of 5, okay, and it's open at an angle of 50 degrees. Well, this one's a little bit trickier because 50 is the part I don't want. I want the part behind the 50. So if all the way around on the inside is 360 degrees and I have 50 on the outside, that means this is 310. And if that's 310, the area of Pac-Man is 310 over 360, because that's the fraction of the circle I want, times pi times 5 squared. And I'm just going to pull that out because I don't know what that is as a nice fraction. So 310 out of 360 times pi times 5 squared. So that's a pretty ugly decimal as it stands, so I'm going to multiply by the pi. And in decimal form, this is 67.6 square units. Did I say that right? I think I did. Yes, I did. So that'd be 67.6 square units is the area of Pac-Man. Angle over 360 times pi r squared. And then last but not least, the area of the shaded region is 150 pi. So all of this is 150 pi. Find the radius. Aha, they didn't give it to me. Okay, well, what do I have? I know the area of a sector is the angle over 360 times pi r squared. The area they gave us is 150 pi. The angle that they gave us was 60. And now I have to solve for r. Well, the first thing I can divide both sides by pi because it's there, and that's going to divide out for each side. So I have 150 equals 60 360ths is 1/6. Now I need to solve for r, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 6. And I'm going to get r squared equals 6 times 15 is 90. That's 900. And then if I square root both sides, the square root of 900 is 30. So there's my radius. Big picture, what did we learn? We learned that the area of a circle is pi r squared. And if you don't want a whole circle and you just want part of a circle, you just have to put the angle over 360 times pi r squared. That's it, folks. So I hope you're having a good day. Ask your teacher if you need some help.